Hi everyone, Dr. Snippets here, and today I am reviewing the Resurrection of the Daleks collector's set, which we have all been waiting for quite a long time, seeing it was released on the 17th of January, and today it is the 9th of February. So, character options being a bit slow to get it going, almost. But anyway, first of all, I'm going to take you around the packaging of this set, and yes, you can see me because of the light out there. Right. First of all, the packaging is pretty much the same as the Remembrance of the Daleks set. So, it's clear to me that they might bring out another one like Revelation of the Daleks or Genesis of the Daleks, which would be nice. Now, this set features the first classic Davros and a new style 5th Doctor Peter Davison because the shirt is different, the jumper's different, and the trousers are different. And 2 new Daleks. So, let's take you around the packaging. Down here it has a picture of the 5th Doctor. Then, here Davros, 1984. Resurrection Dalek Collector Set, 5th Doctor, 1982 to 1984. The 2 Daleks that you get, the Resurrection Dalek and the Supreme Dalek. Then at the top, tells you what the set includes. 1 5th Doctor from Resurrection Davros, 1 Resurrection Dalek, 1 Resurrection Supreme Dalek. Down here it's got the Underground Toys logo, and on the other side it has got the BBC logo. On the side it's got a picture of the Dalek and what the set includes again. On the back it's got the standard classic packaging, telling you a bit about the 5th Doctor, telling you a bit about Resurrection of the Daleks. Give you a second to pause if you want to read that. Right, hopefully you would have read it if you wanted to. Gives you pictures of the 3 characters, tells you all the Doctor's dates at the top. Down here all the copyright stuff and Underground Toys. I don't know if Underground Toys was on the Remembrance set. I can't remember. And now down here, which is interesting, Davros has a panel release. Now I haven't seen the episode, so I don't know if that's part of the episode where the back opens. But that wasn't noted in the description. Nice surprise for me. That's really all on the top. It isn't anything special. The one thing I don't like is the fact that the Dalek's eye is clearly packaged bent, which is absolutely appalling. That sounded really geeky and weird, but it is. Because I like my Daleks to be in good condition. So anyway, I'm going to open up this lovely set and take a look at it. First of all, the background is, I think, a Dalek ship. As I say, I haven't watched this episode, but I've got it on DVD, so I will watch it sometime. But yeah, I'm going to open them and review this set, so see you in a second. Right, the first figure I'm reviewing is the 5th Doctor. Now, what I'm about to say is going to surprise a lot of you. This is my favourite figure from the set. Now, I know lots of people's favourite figure is the classic Davros, because it's the first place you could get him. But to be honest, sorry, I'm more of a 5th Doctor fan than a Davros fan. And the classic Davros, yes, he's a beautiful figure, we'll see him later. But these trousers on this 5th Doctor are just amazing. They're even better than the ones in Time Crash. And the jumper's different, the shirt has got a green collar instead of red, and the celery is a different shape. But even though this is my favourite figure, I've got to do him quite quickly because we're running out of daylight. And yeah, I'm sure you all want to see the Daleks more. So let's get on with him. It's got the standard Peter Davison head sculpt. Ooh. Sorry. Nothing different there than the sculpt, but it's a very accurate head sculpt. Then we've got, as I was saying, the green collar, where it's previously been red, and the question marks are a bit bigger this time. Going down the celery is darker and it curves out a bit more, but that can be straightened if you don't like it. The jump is different this time, and it's got another stripe down here. The coat is exactly the same as always, nothing special there. And the trousers are so nice. With the white trainers, it is an excellent contrast. Right, that's the detail done. Now articulation. Head doesn't move. It will if I loosen it, then it always becomes wobbly. So I don't recommend loosening the head. Then the arms do a 360. And they should twist the second joint. But I'm really not going to risk it, because for the Christmas sets, the 6-figure sets, some of them, their joints were stiff like this. I twisted them and they broke off, so I'm not risking it. So the elbow moves and the hands do a 360. Going down, the waist moves a bit, but not much, because the coat's in the way. The legs have a second joint, may spin. The knees move, but the feet don't do anything. So I'm giving this figure an overall 9 out of 10, because there are some bits of articulation that could be better, the head and the feet. But the detail is absolutely amazing. So this figure deserves a 9 out of 10. So up next from the set is Davros. Now, I'm getting the best figures of this review done. So if the lighting doesn't become great, let's just say that, the figures that I'd be reviewing in poor lighting would be the 2 Daleks. And the best figures would be done in great lighting, because, as I say, the sun is about to set. Now, the first thing I noticed about this awesome figure is that he is very short. He looks quite tall because I am balancing him on a 3 CD case. He is so short. Now if I take him off, he's down there, compared to a normal figure, which is there. So as I say, he's very short. Now the first thing I'm going to do with Davros, in fact I will take him off the stand because I want to do his face. This is so cool. Now look at that detail. So accurate to the classic Davros. All the wires and feeds, super accurate. Next we go down, we got his standard clothing, not interested really in that. We got a hand, obviously, and buttons. Lots of buttons, as you can see. It's very detailed on his wheelchair as well. Not much on the back, except for the chair. But if I just lift his arm up, you can see a few more buttons. Yes, it is very detailed. If I just put him up here, you can see the surprise panel that wasn't expected on this, and that is opened by this bauble here. Yes, it flew out. You can see all the detail in there. Not quite sure what that is. As I say, I haven't watched the episode. Please tell me though. Down here, these baubles, sense globes, whatever you want to call them, well, they are smaller than other Daleks. And that is really all for the detail. But tremendously detailed. Articulation, head doesn't move. As I said with the Fifth Doctor, I'm scared to even risk it with these joints at the moment, because the two figures that the joints broke were the Weeping Angel regenerating and the Pandorica Pandorica. Oh, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean. And they, to be honest, if they break, a bit of super glue, doesn't really matter. But these two figures, the Fifth Doctor and Davros, only place you can get them really special. I'd rather than just not having them move than breaking them. The only other articulation is, of course, the wheels on the base. Nothing else there. So overall, I'm giving this figure a 10 out of 10 because it is awesome. And yes, the detail isn't that good, but the articulation isn't that good, but the detail makes up for that. Okay, the next figure is the Supreme Dalek, and this is also quite short for a Dalek, but as you can see, not as short as Davros in the background. Now, because this has got quite a dull colour, there's not much detail on it, so I'm really just going to show you the colours. The eye is about the only thing you could say that was detailed. The pupil in the centre. That really is all though. Right, now the colour, the black is very shiny, and it's got an awesome contrast down here. As you can see, it's really bright. The white against the black is awesome, and up here on the eye stalk, the lights are pretty boring though. As you can see, it's got the normal middle section and the neck, nothing different there. Articulation, the gun moves 360 in the socket, sucker moves 360 in the socket, eye goes up and down, and dome does a 360. On the base, it's got the standard wheels, forward, back, spins, all that. But no, really not much to say about this figure, but I am giving it a 10 out of 10 because it's actually really nice, but still doesn't do much. Now, final figure of the review is the standard Resurection, as it's known, Dalek. Now, I'm really happy about this because, as I said in my Remembrance of the Daleks Collector's Set review, the Remembrance Dalek is pretty much the same as the Genesis Dalek. So, I've now basically got almost 3 of them, and it looks really cool in a little army. But anyway, probably the most boring figure of the set. This was the one that the eye was bent. I managed to straighten it out, but then it doesn't actually stay in the socket very well on the dome, so I can't really move the eye. But anyway, I'm going to go through the articulation. So first of all, the head does a 360, well it should. It's very stiff on this. The eye does just go up and down, but it's very loose on mine, which is a shame. The gun does 360 in the socket, just like the Supreme. The sucker does a 360. And that's all the articulation going down, except for, as I've said, 3 times, third time in this review, the wheels on the back go forward, back, spin, like a Dalek does. Detail. The eyeball, like on the Supreme, is very detailed. Well, not very, but it's really nice, the way it's got a pupil. The eyes are quite boring. We've got the standard neck and the middle. That's very detailed. You can actually see on this sort of colour detail on it inside there and on the plate. We've got a little circle here. And that's all really. That's the blue coloured base skirt with the black sense globes, the baubles. And that's really all. So I've got to give it a 10 out of 10. I always give Daleks a 10 out of 10 unless there's something completely wrong with them. Although, it's very boring unless you bought an army of them. Okay, that's all for this figure. The last thing to do for this set is give it a final rating. So here we go. 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So as you can tell, my total is 39 out of 40. Absolutely amazing set. At first I didn't really like the idea of having a 5th Doctor figure in a Dalek set, but it's brilliant because it makes it a great set to start collecting classic figures. Because you get 2 classic Daleks, classic Davros, and a classic Doctor. What else could you really ask for except for a 5th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver in a set? So, that's really all, and I will see you guys soon.